All right, in today's show, we're going to talk about Canadians in the latest Epstein files drop. It's pretty interesting, actually. Crystal spent like 3 days researching this. So we've got an Edmonton-based CBC News reporter begging to be best friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Very weird.
We've got Epstein looking to invest in tech startups, Canadian tech startups, real estate, and in weird areas that you wouldn't expect. And a few high-profile Canadians also appearing in these files. Some faces you know, and definitely one you really wish you didn't know. That one's at the very end, so you're going to want to stick around for that.
Yeah. And obviously, we got to give the disclaimer. We understand that just because somebody is communicating with Epstein or being talked about by Epstein, that doesn't mean they are guilty of any wrongdoing. We are just covering what was found in these files. And also, please take care if you are sensitive to some of the discussions and topics around Epstein. You know this is going to be gross. It's going to probably be traumatizing. So please take care.
It's getting worse every day.
So with the release of millions of more Epstein files over the weekend, I decided to do a little digging. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to see if we could find some more Canadian connections to Epstein? Because we know his network went wide and far.
Please, Kevin O'Leary. Be in there.
I did search his name, and he only came up in some of the many email newsletters that Epstein subscribed to, a lot of newsletters. So one of the first keywords I searched was Edmonton, and that actually brought up one of the most interesting chain of emails that made me think, I think we need to cover this at Worse Every Day. So there is a CBC News journalist out of Edmonton that was emailing with Jeffrey Epstein after he was in jail. And I find it very, very strange.
Not for journalism purposes?
Could be. I did some digging. I have a suspect. There was actually two, but I've kind of narrowed it down to more of one person that I believe this is the person doing this emailing. But because we don't know for sure, I'm not going to dox this person and say for certain. So I thought maybe we should read a couple of these email chains and you guys can let us know what you think. Does this seem kind of sus? There's one email in this chain that makes me think it's something more than that. It's very weird. So I thought, Darren, you can be Jeff Epstein, old Jeffy.
All right.
G vacation. So let's start at the bottom.
I'm really good at playing pedos. Just kidding.
Okay,
Just kidding. I gotta say that.
please.
There's a lot of people that watch our show that don't understand
They take
irony.
us, very literally, and they don't like my giggling, and they don't like your humor.
Well, they don't get it.
Yeah.
I say something sarcastic, and they're like, "Hey,
Yeah. How dare you?
that's not true." It's like, yeah, I know.
Obviously.
Okay.
Okay, so you start right here. Maybe I'll make this bigger.
What would Jeff Epstein sound like? Saw the documentary Form My Jail Cell. 2 commas. Ironic. No.
Did you get it on TV, or did you watch the DVD I sent ages ago? I've been thinking about you. How are you? Okay, so then she sent another because he didn't respond yet. Do you happen to remember which channel? I haven't sold it for distribution in the US yet, trying to keep track of things.
I believe I was in the middle of 48-hour mystery.
Ooh, I like 48 hours. She wrote, sounds like you didn't see my doc. It's 90 minutes long. 48 hours does not have permission to air it. Most likely you saw their story about the case. They did a 1 hour and 2 hour version. I can't believe you have email access.
Oh my God! You notice he puts zero effort into his
Responses.
his communications with people.
Oh, yeah.
Call Steve, ask for me.
Redacted. And then she wrote, sorry about my phone. I'll be back in North America in a few days. My film is playing Seattle Friday. Note. So I am there for that. Then back to work in Edmonton. Brr.
This is insane. Okay. Like, why is this lady, and this is a person from Edmonton.
Yes.
Okay.
A journalist.
All right.
From CBC, and we love CBC.
My island sits between, now I'm doing a Trump voice. My island sits between St. Thomas and St. John. Again with the double commas. Both Guana and Norman are owned by my friend Henry Jarecki. How much longer will you be there?
Till Thursday, just looked up your island on the chart. Nice going.
Now where?
Where am I? In Edmonton. It was snowing when I got back from the BVIs. Maybe some leaves will show up on the trees soon. You can check out my broadcast. Go to this website, then click on Watch the Latest Newscast. We broadcast at different times these days because of the NHL playoffs, so I wouldn't try to watch the live broadcast. We won't be on again at 6 p.m. consistently till hockey finishes. There's more.
So he's in prison having this conversation.
I think so. He was let out in 2009.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That is weird. That's really weird.
Yeah. So that still makes you think, okay, maybe that's just a journalist trying to have like an inside connection with one of the richest, most
she seemed
criminal.
A little bit too eager to be a journalist.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one is July.
Same person?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. I don't think there's that many journalists in Edmonton trying to be besties with one of the most infamous pedos in the world. So this also is a clue to people that if you want to find out on your own who this journalist is, there is one that has talked a lot about horseback riding, equine type activities. So she wrote in July, "You planted a seed with your invite today. I have next Wednesday through Sunday off, my last vacation for months. I was going to take polo lessons in Calgary, but I redacted, think my body can handle it? I pull a muscle every time and I'm starting to realize my budding polo career might have to take a backseat to my actual job. What are you doing next week?"
Okay, one question. What word is redacted there?
Is it my ass? No, but my ass. So anyways, he wrote this.
And he goes, "I'm tied up until August."
She writes, "Good typing. Oh, well."
Why would she write good typing?
It's weird.
What's good typing about that?
Mm-hmm. Good question.
He wrote, "I'm tied up until August." He didn't even capitalize I. And she says, "Good typing."
Yeah.
Okay.
"Oh, well, looks like it's a long flight anyhow. Edmonton is so far from everything." And the subject was Florida visit, ? So here's the final little exchange that I find really weird because, again, if what's actually going on here is that she just wants to have communication with this guy to maybe do a story about him down the road, why did she send this? No response from old Jeffy on this one, so maybe he didn't respond. In October, she sends this, or he, I think it's a she though. "Hi, Jeffrey, how are you? I thought it might be fun to send this to you. I'm hosting dinner at a really great restaurant here in Edmonton for charity, and I thought, you never know. Bush was just here. Maybe you'd need to book a good dinner in Alberta to use whenever you want. I know how much you love restaurants. Last year I raised $2,000 for lunch for two, and this dinner is for four. 100% of the proceeds will benefit the United Way, Sign of Hope, Christmas Bureau of Edmonton, and Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation. A special 5-course meal. Would love to see you bid on it. Please feel free to forward this email along to any big bidder types you know who love to eat great food for a good cause. Auction ends soon, this Thursday at 3 p.m. Best regards, name redacted, CBC News Edmonton."
Is she just really stupid?
Like,
does she think she was emailing a different Jeffrey Epstein or something?
No, I think she knows exactly. And even though this guy is friends with the biggest creeps all around the planet, most powerful people, she thinks he's going to donate to her little Edmonton charity, which, I mean, nice of her to do, but...
A special 5-course meal.
Yeah. Don't you want to fly to Edmonton just for that?
Would love to see you bid on it. Meanwhile, Peter Attia jumps in. 5-course meal. You know, they say pussy is low carb.
Oh, I couldn't believe Peter Attia sent out an email on Saturday, and I have never unsubscribed to an email list so fast in my life. You goddamn creep. He has a good voice. Like, I enjoy his podcast. It was very sciencey and interesting, and he just has a very soothing, beautiful voice.
I go through periods where I take my fitness really serious, and then I dip out for a while. So my weight kind of fluctuates. And I went through a Peter Attia phase like 2 years ago.
You even bought his book.
I did. Yes. And I like take a lot of the same supplements that he recommends. And then I find out he thinks pussy's low carb. And secretly I'm like, it is. But why are you saying that?
Jeff Epstein.
Yeah. What if a guy comes to you and is sort of upset about the frequency with which he's waking up to pee at night? Is there a norm?
People, do some sleuthing. Don't you think it's a little weird that a CBC News Edmonton reporter is trying to be...
And he had already been proven to be a pedophile.
Yes, he got out of jail in 2009. That's why he even said to her, I saw your documentary in jail. Ironic, no?
It's baffling to me how many people are okay with pedophiles.
I know.
We're going to have to bleep. I keep saying that word. We got to bleep it.
So let's get into the next topic. Let's talk about Jeffrey's connections to Canadian real estate and some business ties that he had here.
All right, before we get into the next section, if you guys like our content, please consider hitting that all notifications bell, because we find out from a lot of our fans that already have subscribed, we're still not showing up in your feed, sometimes for months. And I think it's because political content gets suppressed on YouTube. So if you guys do like what we're doing, please consider hitting that all notifications bell and you'll actually see us.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. So Epstein, it was really weird going through these files and I'm putting in different like keywords, and he has a ton of emails. He has a ton of email subscription lists, and he was always watching real estate, especially around Vancouver Island. And what, I mean, isn't
Beautiful
surprising.
real estate there, beautiful.
Yeah. But what I found really interesting was this email that I came across from a guy named David Mitchell.
Are you back soon? We need to focus on Alberta, Calgary, Edmonton real estate.
That's how I imagine David Mitchell sounds.
Canadian US dollar and natural resources bounce.
Yeah.
What? What's that mean?
So this is 2016. So at the time there was a dip in the oil market, and also the Canadian dollar was really low. So this David Mitchell was telling Epstein, you should be investing in Calgary and Edmonton real estate, because once the dollar and the economy starts booming again, lots of money to be made. So
just proof that all these billionaires make money off crashing the economy intentionally.
Yeah, why Trump is always wreaking chaos.
I'm going to announce more tariffs tomorrow, so, dump a bunch of stock.
Yeah. So what I would love to know is, can we find out, does Jeffrey Epstein or one of his little shelter companies that who knows how many hundreds of them he has, do they own any property in Alberta, in Canada? I would sure like to know.
Yeah, good find. Good find.
It was very interesting. So Epstein was doing a lot of traveling to Vancouver and actually particularly Montreal. He was going to Montreal on a regular basis because Montreal has a very like tech software community. And so he was meeting with different Canadian business people, and these emails can all be found where he was considering investing in different startups. And so the people whose emails I saw and read, whose names weren't redacted, it sounds like I don't think they ever went ahead. But again, this was all post-jail. He was very involved in medical and science tech. And I came across this fellow who also ended up just in my search because he had sent an email to Epstein. I'm lecturing all day. Edmonton, Alberta, will try if I have a moment later, will be freer. What's with all these geniuses? Can't write, can't bother to spell check. So this Lawrence Krauss, believe it or not, I found out is actually a Canadian American. And he's somebody that's probably right up your alley because he's a theoretical physicist.
Oh, yes. Yes. I know a lot in that field.
Well, he wrote a book called The Physics of Star Trek. And that's kind of what, like, so
I
he's
like
all
Star Trek.
Yeah, he's all into.
You scared me at first because I thought we were talking about pet here, and you're like, this guy will be right up your alley. I'm like, what?
Sorry.
Theoretical physicist.
Yeah,
okay.
So he's all about his research on dark energy in the early universe. He held leadership roles at Yale and ASU, and he currently still sits, I was on the website, he is on the inaugural chair of the board for the Free Speech Union of Canada.
All right. Lawrence Krauss.
He founded an organization called the ASU Origins Project, and Epstein apparently gave them $250,000, and that was funds they accepted after Epstein's conviction in 2008. He also, have you seen those pictures of Stephen Hawking on the island?
No.
As part of the work that Epstein was doing to support Lawrence Krauss and this organization, they organized a conference in 2006, and it was in St. Thomas, and part of it was included a dinner on Epstein's private island. And this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, because lo and behold, what happens to Lawrence Krauss? He ends up losing his job because he's being outed by a BuzzFeed news article about his own sexual misconduct allegations.
Okay.
Yes. Apparently he has like a weird wife where they'd like make comments about being swingers and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the hot tub couple on
Yes.
SNL.
When one first enters the scalding waters of the hot tub, it is not unlike your first encounter with a new lover.
So he ended up consulting with Jeffrey, and there's emails where he's basically asking Jeffrey for advice on how to deal with these allegations going public.
I saw this photo earlier. Is that him there? Is that him?
This is him, and this is him with Epstein. I don't know.
Which one is he?
This guy.
Oh,
Krauss,
okay.
Yeah. And Lawrence Krauss is so proud of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. When the Daily Beast reached out for him for comment about how several years ago it was publicly known that Epstein paid underage girls for sexual acts, Krauss responded that the girls were not as young as the ones that were claimed. I don't feel tarnished in any way by my relationship with Jeffrey. I feel raised by it.
These people are shameless.
Guess whose podcast he was on?
Pedos?
Pedos United,
Yeah.
which is basically the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh.
Krauss has been on it. Peter Attia has been on it multiple times. Elon Musk, who I'm actually going to talk about next, because Elon Musk, many of you may not know, is actually a Canadian. He has dual citizenship, Canadian, South African. And I think he also now has American. But Elon is all over these files.
We renounce him as a Canadian.
Yes, his mother was born and lived a part of her childhood in Saskatchewan. We have been sitting on an episode called The Top 10 Worst Canadians, and we've been wanting to shoot it. And there's just been so much happening in the news that we've been putting it off. So we're going to talk more about Elon and his Canadian connections in that episode.
You just gave away one of our top 10.
I know, but
All right.
I know. Keep people coming back for more, I hope.
Gretzky might be in there too. There's another teaser for you.
And then he sends the most cringe correspondence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Oh, I'm going to pull it up.
It reads as an undercover FBI agent that's not good at his job.
And I think Musk is actually still trying to claim that he never went to the island, but there are so many emails, like spent 2 hours just looking at all these emails of Elon and Jeffrey just trying to make plans. Because I'd be like, oh, how about Monday? Oh, that doesn't work now. How about Tuesday? How about this? How about here? Can we get the heli to come pick you up, to come visit the island? How about spend Christmas with us? So it was going on.
That sounds like us,
Yeah,
actually.
it's like, but what's interesting is that Elon's still trying to deny that he was ever on the island, and his daughter has come out and said, no, we were on the island. So amongst all these back and forths of them trying to get together, here Jeffrey says, how many people will you be for the heli to the island? And then Musk writes this. Do you want to do Musk?
Probably just Tulua and me. What day/night will be the wildest party on your island?
Doesn't sound like you're just trying to go there for work, Elon.
The wildest party. Like,
So here's another one.
talk about read between the lines.
Yeah.
What day will be the pedo party?
Yeah.
Anyway.
The more pedoing, the more I want to be there. And bringing his wife, like, someone get that lady on the phone and ask her what kinds of things she was seeing. So Elon writes Jeff, and the subject is epic island vacation.
Hi, Jeff. I was thinking of flying down for an epic vacation. Donald Trump told me you were planning a party. Girls, FTW. What's FTW?
I think it's for the win.
For the win.
Girls for the win.
Girls for the win.
Chainsaw.
Girls. What are the details? Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. He had to bring out his like Dungeons and Dragons character.
Yeah. And by this point, Jeff was obviously so turned off by how cringe and creepy Elon is that he wrote, "Deal with this, then you." To probably
How
Elaine.
are these people writing this?
I know.
How does he have 8 spaces between deal and then with, and then 0 spaces between with this?
Oh, and then this was my favorite.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is he just that busy of a guy?
No. Well, I'm guessing was this Elaine maybe that wrote this?
It's Ghislaine.
Oh, just.
I call her Ghislaine.
Yeah, sure. And she writes, "I'm so sorry, Elon. You just missed J.E. He actually told me he was thinking of winding down the entire Little St. James operation. Bummer. If it starts up again, we'll be sure to let you know."
Oh.
Like, how pathetic.
I wanted a wild party.
Oh,
It would have been so fun.
Something. I am become meme.
you are such a loser, Elon. God.
Joe Rogan doesn't feel that way,
No.
though. Joe loves him.
Do people get upset at you if you do certain things?
I'm afraid to admit this, but I used to like Elon Musk.
Yeah, he was intriguing. Of course.
Guys, I actually thought at one point in time that Elon Musk was like the modern day equivalent to like an Isaac Newton. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, once every so many generations, there's a person that changes the world forever, you know, with innovation or science or whatever it is. And I thought Musk was that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, here's this guy, he's bringing back EVs. He's going to, you know, we're shooting rockets into space. He's talking about taking people to Mars. I'm like, what a transformational person he is. And then he just suddenly goes off the rails.
Yeah. Did he suddenly go off the rails, or did the world just become more aware of how off the rails
he was probably
is?
always weird. And I just, I was always focused on the science.
Yeah.
I just
And
loved
the
the
media.
science. And man, was I wrong.
And what's interesting is that you think of Elon as so rich and powerful, but even he, you can clearly see, was benefiting or even using his connections with Jeffrey Epstein to advance his businesses. Look at this first one that shows the Israel connection from Jeffrey to Elon Musk. I don't know how to pronounce this. Ehud Barak.
I thought that said Chud.
Yeah, I was like, Chud, Ehud Barak.
I thought they were calling Barack Obama a Chud. I'm like, Chud Barak.
That's a new insult.
Okay.
Former defense minister of Israel, former prime minister and head of the Munich team, would like to discuss taking Tesla to Israel. He's very clever about many things that you have in the past shown interest in. When you are next on my coast, let me know. So it's like, hello. I mean, it's out there. We all know now these Israel connections. Clearly, there's pictures of Jeffrey Epstein wearing like the T-shirts and sweaters of like the Israeli army. And then there was another creepy one.
I don't understand why Jeff Epstein hits the space bar like a million times after every sentence.
Drugs he's doing. He's all fucked up.
Well, it's like he's obviously in a hurry. So what are you doing hitting the space bar that many times?
And here's the Sultan bin Salayem. Sorry, guys. I know.
Is this my Aladdin character?
Yeah.
Allah forbid you should have any daughters.
I was just going to say I am dumb. That's the only thing I know about the Middle East is the movie Aladdin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so the Sultan of Dubai was writing Jeffrey subject Elon Musk 2015. And he's saying, by the way, is there anyone you know who can arrange a meeting for me with Elon Musk? I want to convince him to open his showroom for Tesla in Dubai. I also want to use his solar system modular batteries to power my new hotel, Duke's Dubai, opening this December.
God.
So
I was skimming ahead and I thought that said to power my nukes.
Oh, no.
I just saw the word dukes, but like,
Yeah.
I want to use his batteries to power my nukes.
Frig.
Okay.
Nothing would surprise me anymore. So, anyways,
great.
bunch of creeps.
Absolutely great.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff.
And I just want to hit on a couple of notes because if you have been on our channel before and you saw our diaper video about Sasha Riley, a lot of you keep saying that Sasha Riley's dad is in the Epstein files. So I looked, and there is a William Bill Riley who is a private investigator, but I can't really tell. Like, I don't think it's the same person that is Sasha's dad. So I don't know. People, like real journalists, will have to look into that.
Talk about reinventing yourself.
Yeah, if so. Yeah. I mean, really, he should be in jail.
Well,
or
he
dead,
spent
but I
his
don't
whole
know.
life as a pedo. And he probably saw a lot of private investigators lurking around him all the time. And he thought, that looks
I
fun.
can do that.
I should do that.
I don't believe for a second that we are actually seeing everything that's in the Epstein files. And certainly all these things are redacted that shouldn't be. So who knows? Maybe Sasha Riley's dad is in there. Maybe Sasha is in there. We also have people in our comments saying, don't you know Mark Carney's in the Epstein files? And again, so I'm like, out of curiosity, searched Mark Carney. Mark Carney is in the Epstein files, but he's only in there because he was on many of these email lists that Jeff was subscribed to when Mark Carney was at the Bank of England, and he was in the news all the time for everything going on. That's how he ended up in the Epstein files. And then there was also a Galen Weston Jr. accusation. Somebody called in with a tip, and they were claiming that they were being abused by Epstein and Galen Weston Jr. And I'm sorry, go and look for yourself. It does not at all seem like a credible tip. The person seems a little crazy. So I don't think it's safe to say that Galen Weston Jr.'s in the Epstein files that we know of.
He's evil, though.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Hi, I'm gay, Len Weston.
Canadians were rejoicing when we learned that Jeff Epstein actually tried to apply for a temporary residency permit in Canada in 2018, and he was denied. Yay!
All right. If Pierre Poilievre had been in power, he would have been like,
Bring him in.
Come on in.
Come on in, buddy.
We're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
So the last person we need to talk about, he is actually known as Canada's Epstein. And I was dying to know if there were any legitimate connections between him and Epstein.
we're only seeing the stuff that they thought wouldn't incriminate Donald Trump.
And
Think about that.
Yeah. And I feel that the little bits that have been kept in there of Trump, I feel like that was deliberate. Like there's a good guy or gal working over there that was like, I'm going to slip this one in and hopefully none of my higher ups notice before it goes public.
I agree. Mm-hmm. It's like the escalator fiasco. There's like people secretly amongst Trump and his regime that are like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't believe that everybody is evil. Oh, that's our puppy.
Shut up.
The kids were ignoring him, so I thought he'd have more fun down here. Okay.
We just got a puppy.
We're going to do a members only video after this,
yeah.
and we'll show you guys him.
I joked in one of our previous videos that we got him specifically to start a puppy mill. I thought it was pretty obvious that was a joke, and there are people that are like, how dare you?
Yeah. No, it's true. And they're like, and how could you buy a puppy? You should be adopting. We did adopt.
He's a rescue.
Yes, but let's save it for our members only video.
Anyways.
He's adorable. Our members
As
can
if
see him.
we're going to start a puppy mill.
Okay, so there is somebody in Canada. If you are not familiar, we have our own pervert here that has been dubbed for a long time.
You hear that? We got one up here in Canada. We got one pervert.
One
We
really
found him.
bad pervert, and his name is Peter Nygaard, and he is known as Canada's Epstein. So here is one of the most recent pictures of him before he went off to jail, and he is creepy looking.
Man, these guys, what does money do to you that makes you look like this? You know who he reminds me of? There's this hilarious sketch on SNL when Jim Carrey hosted where he played like this eccentric, weird billionaire guy, and I think he was on a dating show. He looks just like this guy. I swear they must have based the character off him.
And I'm Abbot Bonneville King, senior member of the Illuminati. Oops.
Ooh.
See, this when you choose a life of evil, it sucks the energy out of your soul.
Yeah. Okay, so I was dying when these files were released. I started searching Peter Nygard because I wanted to know. Everyone wants to know: is there an actual connection?
Single? Everyone wants to know.
Is there a connection between him and Epstein? And of course, like I've said, there are tons of emails where Epstein was like monitoring the news. So I was like getting through like tons and tons of emails of Epstein just reading up probably on what this guy was up to and his charges.
There's a connection.
Well, there
has to be.
There is a connection. There is a royal connection.
Okay.
Formally royal connection. You got to know what I'm talking about.
Prince Andrew?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you got to know this
I'm
one,
stupid, but I had like, there was like one little neuron in my brain that was like, come on, you know this. You know this.
Yeah, so I found, I think it's the FBI, they actually put together a document that they were sending to the UK where they wanted to do a dual investigation on Prince Andrew and his connections to Peter Nygard and Epstein. So really, Peter Nygard and Epstein, they were like competitors. They both had their own islands in the Bahamas, and they were throwing parties with all these young women and models, all this evidence of sex trafficking that was happening. Also very similar to Trump, Nygard was all about the pageant world and the model world. He lived in Winnipeg and he became rich because he had like a clothing line business, a fashion business. And so he used his fashion business to try to lure in all these young girls and women, giving them promises of this like amazing fashion career. And it is so deep and so dark. And then the only other email that I could find of Jeffrey actually talking about Peter Nygard is he actually got an email from a like skin dermatologist doctor that actually emailed Epstein and said, "Do you know Peter Nygard?"
What?
Yes. So that was like the closest connection I could find.
Epstein's so competitive. He like reaches out to the entire dermatology community. He's like, if you guys hear anything about Peter Nygard, you talk to me first.
Yes.
That goddamn son of a bitch. I'm going to have better skin than him.
Yeah, exactly.
And it worked.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
They're old and fuzzy, but there are pictures of Prince Andrew visiting Nygard with his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, who also sent all
What's
kinds.
What's Nygard doing there?
Yeah.
He's like, 6'7".
Maybe he started it.
He started 6'7".
Yeah. But yeah, brought their daughters to his resort. And Andrew knows exactly what was going on these islands and was bringing his daughters. Not to mention Sarah Ferguson was also having all kinds of very friendly, creepy emails with Epstein. She apologized to him when she had to speak out negatively about him when he was arrested.
Isn't there, I just saw in the latest Epstein file dump, isn't there a picture of Prince Andrew like laying next to a girl who's passed out on the floor?
Yes.
Is she even alive?
That's what we don't know, because there's other emails where they're like talking about torture and murder.
Like he looks like he's like over her body going like, I didn't mean to kill her.
Yeah.
And they're all like
yeah.
taking pictures.
Obviously, we're giving away this whole damn episode. Obviously, this guy's in our worst Canadians list as well.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, sneak peek to our regular viewers that actually stick around this far.
Nygard has been convicted. He's like 80-something years old, and he's in jail in Canada. There is a U.S. class action lawsuit that includes at least 130 survivors. I'm going to tell you guys one thing just to like really top off this episode and what kinds of goddamn creeps these people are. The thing about Nygard that I don't think we've heard about with Epstein that makes him even more disgusting.
What? You can be more disgusting?
Yes. I read years ago, women that were being trafficked, and they would go to his island, Nygaard's island. They were basically like trapped there. It was like impossible to leave. He would take their passports. I don't know how to say this. I don't want to like have this video so censored.
Just say it.
Nygaard was into
Rip the Band-Aid.
copperophilia.
People that like copper pipes?
Think of like, what was that old viral video? 2 girls, 1 cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That?
And yes. Nygaard
He was into that?
Eating it. And he was so into eating it that his girls, he would even make them have a very strict diet of eating like certain things. Like I think it was a lot of like high fiber, like vegetables, because he wanted it to taste a certain way.
That's fucked.
This guy is like the sickest of the sick. And yeah, he was Epstein's competition. And so at a minimum...
Shit in my mouth. Oh, I couldn't fucking imagine.
Yeah. Just when
the
you
amount
think,
of money it would take to get to that point.
Yeah. Like that your kink just has to keep becoming more extreme, that you reach that point. Why?
He must have really liked that meme, that AI slop video that Donald Trump released where he was dumping shit on people.
I don't know if he gets to see that in jail or not.
Nygaard was probably like, oh man, what I would have given to just be underneath that with my mouth open.
He might not have approved of Trump's diet, though.
You know what's funny?
Big
In that
Macs.
video, they put Harry Sisson, the YouTuber, in that video.
No,
I didn't realize
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's a shot of him like talking into a camera and then shit lands on him. And I didn't realize the first time I saw it that that's who it was. Anyways.
Gross. Anyways, so we'll wrap it up, and there's more coming out. I kind of just gave up. I'm sure there are a lot more Canadians in that list. So if you guys know of more, definitely let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
She
did a lot of research and
read.
I watched a lot of TV while she did that. I started watching that series Black Rabbit on Netflix.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting it to be good, but pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It actually was distracting me.
And then I also caught up on Fallout Season 2, which is basically just a metaphor for everything that's happening in the world today, which is great.
Yeah, lovely.
All these billionaires in their bunkers. Anyways.
So thanks, you guys. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't already, please give us a like. Don't forget to sub and
hit that bell.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
Please.
Hit the bell.
Please, guys. Have a good one.